Man, oh man, oh man. It has been an interesting past couple of weeks for development as it pertains to this lovely lady here. I'm going to go ahead and break down Android 21 today. This is going to be more of an advanced profile for more advanced players. Yeah, I would say, she's very unique. I wouldn't say out the gate if you're a new player, go ahead, jump out the gym and grab 21. But yeah, this is gonna be my profile for her as of now, and I don't think it's gonna really change much as we get our new support moving forward. And I'll talk about the support. So 21, you know what she does, backside same as the front side, except the front side, it says right on there, it cheats the scheme out. So we got our scheme. Okay, running the 4 16s. This is just correct. We'll talk a little bit more about why, but 4 16s correct. The Super 17, super correct on 4. I've seen people arguing about not playing at 4. Dude, cut the check plans. It's a dual land. This whole down here activate mean to cheat out the burn combo, like, the thing is that as good as that is, it's cute compared to the fact that it's untapped. You cheat your energy exhaust. And again, there's combos with that, which I'll talk about in a minute. So you run 4, just plain and simple. Cut check lands, run this guy. That's all there is to it. This is the best mana base in the entire game. 4 of these. Please, don't talk about it. For her, I've seen lists not running for her. Need to do that. She's like your only little bit of like cycling and search and, kind of sort of draw power that you really have in the archetype. And obviously 16, being that it's an RNG, he's an RNG based kind of ramp, she can help fix your hand some. So, it's real. This is card selection and you're in 2 colors that don't really draw. You need that card selection, and there's other applications as well as to why you need to be utilizing her. So I'll talk about that in a minute once we get to row 2. But this is row 1, 16, 17, 18. All right, we got Goku over here. Run the arrival. Run the arrival. You run the arrival because you run the super combo. You run the super combo not only because it's blue-green, but also because you can search for your super combo. Again, part of why you run her at 4. All right? So, she's free. You untap at the end of every turn. She is free. Okay? Fix your hand. Simple as that. All right? We ain't got to talk about it. Run her at 4. All right, him. Okay, we don't draw cards, so we need to hate on their hand. Okay? So, discard. These two together. You made him discard 2. We'll get into how you make him discard more, but yeah, you make him discard 2. All right, so this I'd put up there with Zamasu as far as the multicolor super combo cycle goes. It's the only one. Well, I won't say the only one because, like, I think Whis is underrated. That's a really good cycle. I think the worst one might be Beerus because, like, Beerus forces you to run tapped mana, and like all the other ones are free, right? Like they just have freedom. They have their utility. But I think for the most part, if you are running one of these over, like, say, one of the new pseudo Paraguses or pseudo Helluses, probably more accurate, where it's pitch 1, draw 2, and you're seeing a lot of cards in your deck. If you're going to run one of these, you need to have an arrival to go along with it. This is the arrival to go along with it. Probably the best blue-green arrival we have, to be quite honest. If it wasn't for the fact that you needed to run it with 21, I'd say every other blue-green deck should probably run it. Maybe they should anyway. It's a 20k blocker for 1 energy. And, you get to make them pitch at least 1 if you're running it alongside this one. So that's, it is what it is. So let's get over here to some of the other stuff. Janemba, Obviously, I'm going to swap this out for Android 13. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do like, I think I might go up to 6 Unisons. I might do 413 and 2 of the new Radits from the draft box, or I might just do 3 and 3 because 13 is really broken early game, but as the game goes on, you know, it's kind of and you know, when you're running like this, you know, this guy, your leader effect, your tokens, you kind of get starved for tokens. So the fact that 13 eats your tokens up, I could see it being an issue. Obviously, it's not out yet, so I haven't had to test it. But I run 4. I see people with the body counters, they like to learn 3. I understand, you know, you don't always need it, but you need to have it when you want it. There's nothing else. I mean, yeah, maybe there's a few things else I'd, you know, maybe draw into, but, you know, in this deck especially, I don't see why not. I don't have a lot of 0/5s. I need more 0/5s. I need consistency. I don't have a lot of draw power. I just need to have him, right? He's not searchable. He's not an Android. You know, he just needs to be there. Point blank, period. Okay, restoration. Now we're getting into combos, right? Just like this is, you know, these go hand in hand, unisons and body counters. All right, restoration. Not the best negate. I don't want to hear an argument about it, okay? You run her at 4. Why do you run her at 4? Because you run him at 4, okay? She is not a great card without him. He's not a great card without her. You never want to hard cast that for 2. You just don't. Do not hard cast that for 2, okay? Your ideal turn 1 is you want a hard maul for these 3 right here. You want one of him, and one of her. Or, you know, one of each at least, at minimum, okay? You charge, pass. They're going to swing. It's the first turn. They got to see cards. They got to swing at a leader to see cards. You negate, you ramp. That simple. Okay. D-Magic. I'm playing 4 D-Magic and no bean. Okay. Maybe we'll see if the whole cycle where it's like, hey, if you untap, you got to, you know, pitch cards and burn a life. You know, if that whole cycle gets popular, maybe. But as it stands, like, I don't draw a lot of cards and free is good. And I have a lot of counters. Well, not a lot, but, you know, I have some counters that I want to play on their turn that cost me a little bit of mana. So, I mean, it is what it is. Okay? D-Magic over Bean. I don't think there's room. I mean, not that I don't think there's room. There isn't. There isn't room. If you want it to be consistently, you want to do the same thing over and over. Point blank, period. Okay? D-Magic. Don't play with combo power. Don't do the Bean thing because they're going to outdraw you. They're going to swing over your Bean. Period. You're going to be giving them a lot of advantage. That's why I have Janemba, because it's like, okay, you're going to outdraw me anyway. I might as well, like, make us both draw to get that advantage. That, and there's situations, because you have a lot of extra mana and you need to do proactive things where, like, you'll have, like, 5 mana. You know, you'll have one of these with a couple markers on it. You'll just plus them, swing for crit. And then just hard cast another one. And then same thing. You know, or you'll draw or whatever you do with the second one. But, you know, it'll just be like that. So, you know, D-Magic just is what it is. I mess with it over Bean. I've done it both ways. I've done it with both of them. This is just the one. A21, Bad Omen. I've kind of messed around with ratios, but you play 4, okay? This right here, 2-card combo, okay? And he's kind of like the glue to the whole deck, right? But 2-card combo, that's why I put him below her, is what you want to do is you want to play her, end of turn, pull him out, put her in, right? Because you got to put one in tapped anyway. You tap the mana in order to play her, you know, tap him, play her, do your search, and if you're feeling really froggy, search for her. If she's not in your hand, right, you could play it that way because it's at the end of turn. You don't have to swap the mana straight away. So, you know, there might be a pathway to draw into her or search for her off of that effect. But, you know, you're taking a risk. But it's possible, right? But that's what you want to do. You want to, and you can keep doing that because then, like, okay, next turn, put him in your energy. He's going to come in on tap because that's what he does. Same thing. Keep, you know, do that as much as possible. That's how you want to get her into energy, is with her. Period. Okay? Goku and Piccolo, you're going to fall behind on advantage. You're going to fall behind on pressure. This is, you know, your little bread and butter, okay? If you arrive Goku in with her and then play Piccolo, pop one of their cards and use his effect after you pop Goku, that's 3 cards, okay? 2 swings if that's how you play it. And you made them drop 4 cards. So that's plus. You went up 1. Okay? You need to make this play in order to stay in the game. All right. Your floodgate. Okay. I had it at 4. Honestly, if I wanted, I'm at 52 right now. I was like, oh, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. But I was like, okay, maybe I'll make it 51 because, you know, technically your, you know, scheme was like a 49 card deck and it was cute, but you need options. So, three's fine though. I haven't had any issues with 3 thus far. Like, you know, I really, and again, really all the baby counters could apply if there's like Overlord, Servant, blah, 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 but you just don't have synergy with that. You know, you just really don't have any synergy with that. So, coming over here, we have Vegeta ready to rumble, another floodgate. He's a little higher on the curve, but he's a little bit more punishing, and he comes with a block. And VTC, I mean, this guy, he's been holding on for the longest time. I just had him at 3, but I dropped him down to 2. It's really good getting that warp, that discard, but, you know, it's as time goes on, it becomes more of a blue deck than a green deck. And, you know, this right here is on the chopping block. And this, you know, this is a clunky package right here too. As good and as plus as it is, but it's kind of like, you know, what do you do? What do you do? You know, like, so I might cut it. We'll see, but this is probably the next thing on the chopping block. If there's something that's, you know, comes out that I think that is a better fit for the deck. Well, I don't know about getting rid of her, but, and that's kind of the thing, is that you kind of get put in these boxes. So you know, the only thing that makes this strategy inconsistent is just that you don't really draw much, but, you know, this is, I couldn't get any clone tokens. So, yeah, like, yeah. But they're mechanically basically identical. Clone tokens have combo power, but it's good flavor. Cell Junior, technically an Android in 10K. So, this is the token lineup. So let me break the sideboard down for you guys. So I've got Final Hope Slash. Everyone's kind of preemptively trying to get on this because worried about that new cycle. There's other annoying things that are 15K or less that, you know, you might want to bounce, you know, get you an untap. It's a good rate. It's a good rate. So I got this right here. It kind of plays the role of Massan. It's a pseudo wipe, and since you're ramping, you know, it does come up where, you know, you could hard cast it and get yourself a double, triple. You know, it's a lot of damage. You know, it's a lot to threaten. And then after you go for that play, you'll have a, right after, you know, you'll have an untap and you'll be able to protect yourself. So, this right here, Invoker Hate. That's just what that is, Invoker Hate. Or, honestly, it kind of helps with Broly as well. You know, you combo out, you know, pop something. Granted, you know, yeah, they have their little effect, but I think just kind of like Broly, how the red Broly deck is like, you kind of got to play with, you know, a little bit of bravado. You got to fight Broly with a little bit of bravado too. So sometimes you can be like, hey, you're going to get your effect, whatever, you know, cool story. Also, Broly Hate, Dark Broly Hate. Mafuba is just really good this format. And I think, you know, I'll thank the baby community for this one, just kind of adjusting my thought process. And that, like, oh, well, Baby's whole shtick is he cheats cost on counters. Granted, I only get to cheat cost on 1 counter per turn is my thought process. But, you know, you get an untap every turn. So with that untap, you know, I could, you know, play this. You know, I could play the things that Baby would play. Because, you know, effectively, if I'm proactive on my turn, I get an untap and I still get to go ahead and play counters. Even, you know, even if that wasn't the case, Mafuba, if you're in blue, you should probably play it right now. Like, you know, yeah, we're just kind of, it's kind of a nutty format. So anytime it's go tall, you bust out the Mafuba. Ringleader, 2 of them. It's kind of a waste of sideboard space, but it's also like when you need it, you need it. So not the worst. And then I kind of just have the release ball in there because like it's my odd one of in the side, so that's what it's there for. So yeah, man, I mean 21, that's what I got going on with her right now. I think the new, like I said, the Unisons are going to be the game changer, but yeah, just stick to something like this. I would say, I'm all for creativity, doing your own thing, but I think she kind of once you get 16 and then they come out with a car like restorations, like you can't get away from needing 16 restoration. Bad Omen is like the win con, which isn't bad. It's not bad that that's a win con, but it's like, okay, yeah, these kind of go hand in hand. So like, since you need to see the 2-card combos, it's like, okay, I need the consistency of that. When I see this, I need to see this. I need the most chance of seeing this anytime I see that. So the most chance of seeing this anytime I see that is I have to run it at 4. The most chance of seeing, anytime I see this, I need to see this. I need to run it at 4. Okay? And vice versa. Really, this is like, what are you going to swap into your energy? What are you going to swap into your energy when you swap energy? Okay? That. What are you going to swap out of your energy anytime you swap energy? That. What do you want to pull out of your, you want to pull that out, right? Anytime you have this, you want to probably arrive something, get some value out of it. Okay, you need to have 4 of that then, because anytime that you see this, you want to see that. Same thing. Anytime that you see this, you want to see that. Anytime you see that, you want to see this. So you got to run all this stuff at 4. You got to run all of it at 4. So it's kind of like, especially when you're not drawing a ton of cards and you're not, it's self-awakening. 21 is kind of like, she's kind of easy to play in that you want to pretty much, if you can, defend your life. Keep your life as high as it can. Slow roll your awakening as much as you can. Don't like be dumb and like lose a bunch of advantage and mess up your win con or whatever, to not awaken, but really like make them struggle and burn as much resources as they can to awaken you, which it's going to help once we get the Unison, because the Unison is going to stop tokens from aggroing you down. But even when tokens were aggroing you down, it wasn't too big of a deal, because like, you just wanted to get that 15K and draw cards off your life, because you don't do all that. But, it's going to put us in a situation where we can save a couple extra life off of that and really do what she's meant to do, which is, keep that life total high, defend as much as she can. So yeah, that's the profile. I mean, things I'd add, a baby hatch, and I would think about maybe cutting him to throw in like 2 of those Radits, and this obviously will be 13 when he comes out in March. So not the best, not the worst, but I think this is for her, for the profile itself, for Android 21. I believe in it. I've tested it. I don't know why. Like, I'm like, oh, blue. I say all the things I said. Yo, y'all see me in that in that Reddit. Y'all see me in the Reddit. You already know. Hey, I get in my feelings a little bit. Yeah. All the ways I feel about blue. I don't know why I've tested this leader so much from day one, but yeah. Oh, how much more awkward can I make it? No, I'm just messing with y'all. I appreciate everybody watching me. Go ahead, hit me up, let you know what you think. See, I'm gonna learn how to talk one day. But all that being said, let me get out of here before I embarrass myself anymore. Take care.